All right, let's jump right into a question that is honestly at the center of pretty much everything we do today. And that is, what is a programming language? Seriously, what is it? Let's figure it out.
I mean, really think about it. You tap on an app, you play a game, you send a quick text, you're talking to a computer all day long. But how does it know what you want? How do we actually tell it what to do? That's the puzzle, right? And we're going to solve it right now.
And here is the problem, laid out perfectly. On one side, you've got us, humans. We think in ideas. We say things like, hey, show me a picture of a cat. Simple, right? But then on the other side, you've got the computer. And it only, and I mean only, understands this stuff, a bunch of zeros and ones. It's like we're speaking two completely different languages from opposite ends of the universe.
So, what do we do? How do we possibly bridge that enormous gap? Well, what we need is like a universal translator, right? Something that sits in the middle and takes what we say and turns it into something the computer understands. And guess what? That is exactly what a programming language does.
So let's just boil it all down. What is it? A programming language is just a way for us, for humans, to talk to computers and tell them what we want them to do. That's it. It's the rule book, the vocabulary we use to give clear instructions. And I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. You know, just like we use English or Spanish or Hindi to talk to other people, we use programming languages to talk to computers. It makes perfect sense, right? You need that shared language. Python, Java, that's the shared language between us and our technology. Okay, cool. So we get it. We need a translator. But how does that translation actually happen? How do we get from our words all the way down to their ones and zeros? See, here's the thing you have to remember. At their absolute core, computers only get one thing: zeros and ones. That's it. No matter how clever or advanced the programming language is, everything, and I mean everything, has to get boiled down to those two little numbers. It's the only language their brain speaks. And let's be real for a second. Can you even imagine trying to write code using only zeros and ones? Just trying to write an email would be a nightmare. It would be ridiculously hard, super slow, and you'd make a million mistakes. Our brains they don't work that way. So this is how it all works, in 3 simple steps. First, you, the human, write instructions in a language that's pretty readable, something like Python. Step 2, the programming language itself does the heavy lifting. It acts as our translator. And finally, step 3, the computer gets the message in the only format it understands, those zeros and ones. That middle step, that translator, is the secret sauce that makes all of modern technology possible. Okay, I know this all sounds a little abstract, right? Translators, zeros and ones. But the truth is, you see the result of this process every single day. In fact, probably every single minute. Let's make this super real with something you definitely have with you. You use an app like Instagram, right? Or TikTok, or whatever you're scrolling through. Well, guess what? Every single one of those apps is just a giant pile of instructions, all written in a programming language by a developer. And when you actually look at what those instructions are, the whole idea of code becomes way less scary. It's really just simple, logical steps. Things like, hey, computer, show this picture on the screen. Or, when a person clicks that little heart, add 1 to the like count. Or, save this photo. See? Every little thing you do in an app is just one of these instructions being carried out. So, we've talked about the communication gap, how the translation works, and even looked at real-world apps. But if you're going to remember just one thing from all of this, please make it this next part. Here it is, the bottom line. A programming language is a tool that helps us humans give instructions to computers in a way we can both understand. But you know what? It's so much more than just a tool. It's the bridge. It's the essential link that lets us take an idea from our brain and turn it into a real app, a website, a game that millions of people can use. It's literally how we turn human creativity into digital reality. And that really leaves us with one final exciting thought. Now that you know a programming language is just a way to talk to a computer, well, that opens up a whole universe of possibilities, doesn't it? So think about it. If you could tell a computer to do absolutely anything, what would you tell it to do?